Happy holidays, tiny friends, and welcome to day 12, the last and final day of 12 days of a vintage Christmas, where every day I have put a piece of this vintage Christmas set together and came up with a few of my own. This vintage Christmas set was created by Sarah from Amber's House Blogspot. It comes with 13 vintage Christmas decoration boxes and 6 Christmas cards. If you're just joining in and you've missed out on previous days, I have put a link in the description box below to the full playlist, and you can watch it all the way from the beginning, day 1. If you would like to have this free printable, just click on the link below in the description box and it'll take you to Amber's House Blogspot. And to help you find this free printable, just scroll down past the first image, which will be an image of this vintage Christmas set. 2 paragraphs underneath that image, and then underneath the second paragraph, you'll see the words Christmas boxes. Just click on that link. It'll take you right to the PDF where you can either print it from there or download it and save it to your computer. I have had so much fun putting this free printable together. I just want to thank you all for joining in. I loved reading your comments. I loved hearing your stories. And I am just super happy that I was able to share this with you all. Today I'm going to work on another one of my favorite iconic Christmas pieces, the leg lamp. And I'm also going to create an old box of Christmas stuff. And then we'll take a final look at everything I've made. So grab yourself a cup of Christmas cheer and let's get started. Starting with the leg lamp, this was a piece that I purchased from Target and it was about $10. It's a little light and it's perfect for the 1/12 dollhouse. It has a real stocking on it. It has real fringe. It's pretty well made. It has a little bit of lace on the top of the stocking. But the only thing I don't like is that it has a plastic lampshade. So all it needs is just a little bit more realism. I'm going to add a few more pieces for detail. I'm going to use this piece of fabric. It's kind of like crushed velvet. It's a bit stretchy and I thought it would be a good fit for the shade. So I'm just going to create a little seam along the edge using my fabric tack. I cut a little space out of the back so that I can access the light switch. Now I'm just taking my fabric tack and I'm just using a toothpick to spread it evenly on the shade, and then I'm wrapping the fabric around, pulling it nice and tight, and I'm just doing a small section at a time. As I'm doing this, I'm just pressing it down as I'm going along.
Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
The fabric is a little furry, so I'm going to try to lay down the fibers with a solution made from water and glue. And I'm just using a paintbrush to apply it. And I'm just brushing downward to try and get the fibers to lay as flat as I can. I also use my finger just to try and smooth it down. This takes a couple coats, so I have to let each layer dry completely before adding another. After the first layer is dry, I'm just going to go around the edges and trim it up just for a cleaner look. I wanted to give you a look at the lace that goes around the top of the stocking. This leg lamp is absolutely one of my favorites, and If you haven't seen the movie A Christmas Story, that's where this leg lamp came from. The story is set in the 1930s, and I get a lot of inspiration from that movie. Now I'm going in to give it a second layer, and I wanted to use something a little stronger, so I'm just applying matte Mod Podge over this. I'm using this eyelash brush just to help lay down those fibers a little more. The shade is dry, and I do like it a lot better than the plastic. I got the fibers to lay down as much as I could. It doesn't look too bad. It's not as furry anymore. I'm going to add a plug, and I'm using this tiny little rubber earring back. This is smaller than the metal earring backs that look like this. And I'm just going to coat it with a little bit of gold rub and buff. While that's drying, I'm going to use this tiny little seed bead and just add a cord. So I'm taking some embroidery string, dipping it in tacky glue, and then into the seed bead. I'm using super glue to glue this to the back of the bottom base. Kiwi will now translate that in bird chirp. She's so funny. Okay, so next I'm just gluing the little earring back onto the end of the thread. I've also taken a broken chain. I aged it with black acrylic and water, and I dipped it into a black seed bead. Now I'm just gluing it to the inside of the shade. I'm making sure to put this on the side that I want to be seen. This is what it looks like now that it's completed. I purchased a pack of these miniature gift boxes off of Temu. These boxes are easy to fold because they already have pre-folded lines and you don't need any glue. One side of these boxes are missing a flap. To solve this problem, I folded down the top part. I laid it down and measured in half, and I cut the top part off. This way I was able to glue the folding flap down to the side of the box. Now I have a completed box for storage. This chipboard is really stiff and sturdy, but I need to age this box and make it look old. I'm just crinkling up the folding flaps, and around the sides, I'm pressing and pinching inward. I'm trying to be super careful so I don't crush it, but this little box is pretty durable. Some of you have been asking about the aging, and I use several different methods for aging depending on the material that I'm using, so I'll go over some of those while I'm aging this. Normally for paper products such as cardboard, cardstock, chipboard, and matte board, I like to use my chalk pastels to keep it from warping and tearing away. But for this box, since it's so durable, I'm going to use a solution of water and brown acrylic paint. Because I do want a little bit of warping and I want to have some of those water stains left behind. If you're using chalk pastels, you can always darken the contrast and pigment of the color by using a slightly damp brush to apply it. Now I'm going in with a cotton swab just to blend in and soften some of those lines because I don't want all of them to be hard lines. And I'm just spreading this around the box, giving it more detail. You just have to be careful when you're using a watered down solution on your paper products. You want to make sure that it's not a very thin paper. You also want to be cautious about the amount of water you're applying because it will tear on you if the paper is too thin. For the ornament boxes, I use the chalk pastel method with a slightly damp brush. If you're using dry chalk pastels, you can set the color and pigment in with a fixative spray. I like to use hairspray. It works really well, but you just have to use it in thin layers, letting each layer dry in between. For metals and plastic, you can use a watered down solution with water and acrylic paint. I like to use one of my favorite methods that I learned from Little Gretchen's workshop, and that's a solution of alcohol and acrylic paint. I found that this solution sticks to metals and plastic really well, and it dries quicker than the water solution. But either solution will work, and you can also make either solution as thin or as thick as you would like it. I hope these methods help while you're creating your miniatures. Now I'm going in to write Christmas stuff on the box, and since I have such bad handwriting when it comes to tiny prints, well, probably when it comes to just writing, I'm using a pencil first, and then I'm going to go over it with a black fine tip Sharpie marker so that you can see it a little better. Now you can really see how bad my handwriting is. Now it's time to fill this box with old Christmas stuff. And first, I'm just stuffing in a little bit of tissue paper, but I did glue it to the bottom. That'll keep these pieces elevated so you can see them a little better. These next two little pieces came from the Dollar Tree's Christmas Village collection, and I thought they'd be perfect as Christmas decor in the dollhouse. This piece was made years ago when I first started making minis. I'm going to put in a piece of this red garland ribbon. This comes in a roll, and I purchased it from Walmart, but I'm sure you can find it almost anywhere online. I'm just tucking it in and wrapping it around some of the pieces, but I'll come back to finishing this off. This little snowman is a button that came in one of my treasure bags. And for a stand, I just clipped off a part of a hairpin and bent it into place, and then I glued it on the back. I'm going to put him in the box upside down as if he was just thrown in there in a hurry. To finish off the garland, I'm just adding a little bit of fabric tack to tack it down around the flaps so it looks more natural. I tried using tacky glue at first and it didn't work out. Fabric tack is kind of like the cold version of hot glue. I'm also adding a little bit towards the bottom of the box just to lay the garland closer to the box and make it look like it's unraveled on the floor. Now that this piece is completed, here's a closer look. Now it's time to put these pieces into place in the attic. I just want to thank you so much for all your support. I loved reading all your comments and your stories and your compliments. You guys are so kind. Thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, I greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video today, please click that like button and give it a thumbs up, and let me know what you thought in the comments below. This was super fun, and I'm so glad that I got to share it with you all, because I wasn't really planning on doing a Christmas special. It just kind of happened. So for the next 2 weeks, I will be off celebrating the holiday with my family, and I'm probably going to do some updates to the channel, and I have quite a few dolls coming up, including Edie Money, which is the bisque doll that I restrung, and I want to sculpt a new friend for Margot in that doll series. As for the leg lamp, well, that's not just a Christmas decoration. That's a major award, and the old man was really fond of it. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas, tiny friends.